Border Patrol agents on Wednesday seized nearly 200 pounds of cocaine abandoned next to a makeshift Yola on a beach in Quebradillas, Puerto Rico. But that wasn't the only thing they found. They also found a deceased male body trapped under that vessel. Early Wednesday morning, officials spotted a vessel with no navigation lights traveling northwest of Quebradillas. Shortly later, they located that same vessel capsized. Once they made contact with the Yola and confiscated 198 pounds of cocaine and discovered the body, Puerto Rico police responded and took lead of the investigation in that deceased male. And over in the Turks and Caicos, the government makes a bit of a shakeup in cabinet appointment positions. Our One Caribbean News' DeAndre Hamilton has the details on these changes.
There has been a cabinet shuffle in the Turks and Caicos. A new minister is added and a long-standing one relieved of her duties in a sudden and shocking move by Premier Washington Mizik. Jamel Robinson, once the Minister of Health, is now the Minister of Physical Planning and Infrastructure Development, replacing Akira Mizik, a former Deputy Premier and leader of government business in the House of Assembly. In steps Sean Malcolm, taking on Health and Human Services for his first stint as a cabinet minister.
My new team, the Ministry of PPID and everybody, the work continues and we have some great deliverables that we must do for the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands. I would like to welcome the incoming Minister of Health, Honorable Sean David Malcolm.
I again pledge my commitment to you, the people of this country, to make your health and well-being my priority.
Ahead of a series of town hall meetings, the Premier's administration is now being labeled by the opposition PDM a sinking ship. The Premier, however, says he's just playing his talented bench. Opting not to speak at the swearing-in ceremony, the Premier, in a statement announcing the shuffle, said, "When the country elected my government in February 2021, I stated then that our team was comprised of a deep bench of talent. I remain convinced that this group of individuals will continue to work by implementing the policies, legislation, and programs to progress these Turks and Caicos Islands." While residents have offered a range of reasons they believe the three-time elected MP is gone, she said the Premier can appoint and revoke any cabinet minister's appointment whenever he sees fit, and he is not obligated to offer any reason for that decision. As politicians, we must be mature enough to appreciate and understand that.
And that was DeAndre Hamilton reporting there. Meantime, Grenada's Prime Minister Dickon Mitchell urged public sector retirees who began receiving delayed gratuity and pension payments to spend the money wisely. On Tuesday, the government, which came into the office following that June 23rd general election, began making pension and gratuity payments to retirees ahead of that November 30th deadline. It said that the payment of these long overdue benefits symbolizes the government's dedication to its transformation agenda that seeks to empower its people, make good on commitments to citizens, and be transparent in its governance of the country. Over 500 Grenadians are eligible to receive their pension payment this month, and the Prime Minister told Grenadians that data coming out from the Ministry of Finance is that the retroactive payment is going to be in the region of the $60 billion. However, that has been moved up to $75 million.
I'm happy that my administration was able to make good on its commitment to pay the pension. Although this matter took several decades, the fact that we made the decision early, the fact that the pension secretariat was formed quickly, well-staffed, and that the folks and the personnel that worked hard to make this a reality is, I think, testimony to our commitment as a people to make sure that things happen, and that when we say we will deliver on something, that we put our best foot forward to make sure that happens. So the praise really has to go to the pension secretariat, to Mike, Tonya, the audit department, the Accountant General's office for ensuring that this was done in a timely manner. Now, this is no small feat. The transfer of $44 million from the state to the citizens, and eventually the projections is that as much as $75 million will be transferred from the state to the citizens, is perhaps the single largest transfer of wealth from the government to the citizens in the history of Grenada's post-independence.
All right, and if anyone has the power to manifest It's Barbados beauty. It's Rihanna, right? The superstar singer and entrepreneur recently shared her dream model to walk the runway for her Savage Fenty fashion line. Rihanna told E! News, and quote, "I mean, Beyonce got body. That would just trump everything for me." The pair and their fans were frequently pitted against each other as artists in their early days, despite the fact that Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z, discovered Rihanna. Now both women are not only two of the biggest stars in the music industry, but also have successful fashion lines. Rihanna with Savage x Fenty and Beyonce with Ivy Park.